So when was the last time you needed a new roof? What did you do? You probably asked some neighbors first. Gotta try to get some recommendations, people that you thought were reputable based on what your friends said. Maybe you saw a billboard, maybe you saw a TV ad, but inevitably you ended up online. And maybe you searched some of those roofing companies' names that you got from your friends. You probably searched something like roofers near me, roof replacement companies, roof repair in my area. And you use that to find a roofer with good reviews, with good pricing, good brand, something that seemed like you could trust them. Now, if you're a roofer that offers roof replacement and roof repair, wouldn't you want to put your website at the very top of the search and get right in front of that customer and is clearly looking for what you have to offer right now? That's what search engine advertising is. Search engine advertising, it's getting your website to the top of search for any keywords that you feel are relevant to you in order to get you in front of customers that are likely to click your website and want to either call you or fill out a form to learn how to use their services. It's also called pay-per-click advertising, because you only pay when someone clicks on your ad and goes to your website. So any impressions are actually free. There are over 4.3 million searches per month related to sleep apnea in the US. And so you, as the owner of a new sleep brand and sleep clinic, probably would want to run some advertising in order to get your website in front of anybody that's searching any of those terms around sleep apnea treatments, sleep apnea testing, CPAP alternatives, sleep apnea clinics in my city. But beware, it is very easy to waste money on Google ads if you don't know what you're doing. If you have the wrong match types in place, if you're not using the right geographic targeting, if you're showing your ads to the wrong audience. There are all kinds of ways you can waste money on Google ads, which is why you should probably enlist the services of a trained professional to help you manage your ads on your behalf. Make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. Now, when interviewing a Google Ads professional, there are a number of questions that they should ask you, and a number of expectations that they should set when working with you. If you don't hear any of these things, that's a red flag. First one is they should need access to your website. The reason for this is they would need to add codes to the site in order to track what's happening on your site once they click on the ad. Optimize your Google Ads around conversions, not just clicks. So you need to be able to track how many people fill out forms and how many people call you from your ads. You're gonna plug that back into your ads campaign to make it smarter, to understand what keywords are working and what's not in driving patients. And without that data, it's hard to run a good campaign. They should ask you where your patients come from. How far away are they willing to travel to come see you? What counties do they typically come from? This can be different based on what city you're in. And so be sure if they're not asking you this, they might have a trouble targeting the right patient. It might be too small or it might be too large. It might be wasting money in that way or missing out on opportunities. Third, they should ask you how you talk to patients. What are the reasons that you tell patients that they should work with you? If a patient were to ask you why they should work with you instead of a competitor, what would you say? This is all information that will help them build ads that are tailored to you and relevant to you, and also match what your staff is saying on the phone, which is going to help increase conversion rates. So it's important that they ask these questions. If they don't know, it's going to be impossible for them to make good ads for you. Fourth, they should provide you a recommended ads budget that is tailored to your area. Each area is going to have slightly different bids that are required to show up prominently for the keywords in your specific city. And so they should be doing some research in advance and providing you a unique budget. You should expect to spend a minimum of about $1,500 a month on Google Ads in order to get quality results. You should also have an idea of how much is going in your advertising and how much is going into management of your ads campaign. Too many times we'll see agencies that will charge a lump sum amount and you will not know how much is actually going into generating clicks and traffic to your website and how much is going to the marketing company. This should be clearly lined out and you should know exactly what's going into each bucket. You should also have access to your ads account in order to verify this and to make sure that your company is doing the right things and you're throwing up the right keywords and they're showing you in the right areas. This should be treated as something that they are managing on your behalf. You should really own your ads account and be able to take it whenever you want, but they're an expert that can be managing it better than you are. Next, you should expect a ramp-up period. You should expect the results continually improve over the first few months before plateauing out based on your budget. If you don't hit the projections they provide you in the first month, don't sweat it. Things should continue to increase and get better as they optimize around your business and your website and your area. You should know which one of your patients came from ads. Your marketing team should put tracking tools in place to know which of your phone calls and form submissions came from the Google Ads campaign, so you can track the right ROI and know exactly what you're getting for the amount that you're spending on your Google Ads. There are some benchmark expectations that you should have as far as performance for your Google Ads account, specific to this industry. If you talk to someone in other industries, they may have wildly different numbers, but in sleep, here is what we find are the typical numbers that we get out of good campaigns. One, you should expect that 5 to 10% of the people that see your ad on Google actually click on it. Too low, and that might mean that your ads start very good and they need to be improved, or you may be targeting the wrong keywords or area altogether. Two, about that same percentage, 5 to 10% of the traffic that comes to your site should actually turn into a qualified patient lead. That means they filled out a form or placed a phone call. If it's lower than this, that may mean you have a problem with your website. It also may be a problem with your Google Ads account, with what keywords you're running, again, what area you're in. But many times, if that part in the Google Ads account is solid, it may be a problem with your website that you should address with your website team. Lastly, you should expect to pay about $50 to $100 per qualified lead from your Google Ads campaign. If your team is hitting all of these numbers, you should probably consider spending more because you've hit a gold mine. And if you have the bandwidth, consider spending more money in order to get more patients in the door, because it should be just as easy as just adding more budget and getting more patients out of it. That's what makes Google Ads a really powerful tool, is that once you're getting the engine running and have it locked in, you should be able to turn it into a money machine that generates more patients, and really as many patients as you want, depending on how much money you have to spend and how much bandwidth you have to serve more patients. Now, we're gonna look into a more long-term approach with SEO.